Good morning, I need coffee. Haven't made it yet though. Well, that was the best night's sleep I have had in ages. It has cooled down a bit. The night before it was supposed to be cooled down, but it was still 30 degrees in my room. Now it is 25, and that is a lot easier to sleep in. I just opened my back door. I can definitely feel the chill on my bare arms here. It's not bare arms weather anymore. My plants are very happy because they had a very, very good soaking yesterday when it absolutely poured down with rain. I shall insert that footage here. So this is Monday afternoon. We have great big splatty raindrops coming down, washing all that moss down. Look, because we haven't had rain for ages, it's all been building up. Time for a flush out. Oh, camera's getting wet. My plants are having a jolly good watering anyway. They'll be ever so pleased. I'm standing here looking out my window. I'm on a stool because I wanted to film at an angle. I can see people running without coats on because they've forgotten that they need coats in life. Oh my goodness, there's a man who's absolutely dashing for it. Of course, what's happening is it's just running off the ground, isn't it? Oh, more people running past. One's got an umbrella, two haven't. Oh man, I haven't seen people moving so fast in ages. Yeah, as I was saying, the parched ground is it's like concrete. It's so hard, so water's not soaking gradually into it if it's a real massive downpour. Ned was telling me this the other night at the Cayley, but I've also read it since as well in a news article. Yeah, so it's more likely to cause flooding when it's like this because it just runs off, you know, and accumulates. Look how much water came in there, then only had it open for a minute or so. A very big roar can be heard in the bathroom where it's thundering down outside. Rain and sun now together. Interesting effect. There's no wind whatsoever, they're just going absolutely vertical. And we keep getting these bursts of heavier periods and then it sort of calms off a bit and then it gets stronger again. Anyway, I'm going back in. I need coffee. Aha, the pot is on. Yummy, yummy. Looking forward to this part of my routine. So it is a very routine-y sort of day today. I am at home alone all day. Nobody's coming at any point in the day for dinner or anything like that, so I can just get on with things. Yesterday was Monday and I didn't film, and I basically edited all day with a little break to just potter around the town a bit, and then I came back again and edited. I didn't even practice my flute or anything. Today I really did ork to tackle the things on my list that I didn't do yesterday because I just edited. Naughty Mo. I did do a fair bit of language learning as well. When I'm home alone, completely alone, I like to learn languages first thing in the morning when I get up, which is basically me doing Duolingo, but I'm doing quite a few different languages at once. I just can't help myself. It's so engaging and interesting. I've got a ridiculous pattern at the moment. I do one little lesson of French, just one, and I did a I actually did French A level, can you believe, and I got an E. So anyway, I did the diagnostic test for French and it put me straight in at level 4. So if you do Duolingo, it can take you a long time to get to level 4, so that was a lot of lessons skipped. My main focus is Portuguese. It's Brazilian and I just want to get it done. I want to get it done and get back onto European Portuguese because it's going to confuse the heck out of me, but it's a good way for me to learn all the conjugations and things, which I just cannot get in my head. After all these years of learning it, I cannot. But I have also studied Welsh in night classes and things. Well, they were day classes actually. So I couldn't help doing a little diagnostic for that as well and got dropped in at level 3, which was the same level as I got dropped in for Portuguese. So I'm now doing one lesson of French, one lesson of Welsh as of today, 2 lessons of Spanish and a story, 2 lessons of Portuguese and a story, and then 1 Mandarin. That's what I'm doing at the moment. It takes me about half an hour in total and I thoroughly enjoy it. And I drink coffee and I just sit here content by myself. And when I eventually know where I'm going on holiday next, that's when I'll focus down and really knuckle down on the one language of wherever that place is. Probably be Spain or Portugal, probably. I wait until I've got a few weeks spare and then go to the travel agents and say, right, here's my budget, what have you got? And they come up with something for me for about 330 quid a head usually for a week, including flights and accommodation and sometimes food as well. So that's probably what I'll do, and it usually ends up being something like the Canaries or something like that, or the Algarve. So anyway, we'll see. October, I've got my eye on October at the moment. Quite often in a normal year, October's my busiest month, but it's not this year. August has been. This week I've got 2 gigs, so it was 4 last week, so it was a bit like, I mean, it wasn't the gigs that was like, it was having to be prepared for all 4 of them with 3 different, anyway, you know about that, that's last week. This week is simple and straightforward. It's just my normal Cayley band. I don't need to do a lot of prep at all, and I can just turn up and enjoy myself, get paid and go home again, basically. But I am going to go and do some work at my boyfriend's company. I think this is going to become a weekly thing again. I didn't go last week because he was away, but he's back now with vengeance. We've got a walk scheduled in, me and my boyfriend. We've been meaning to get walking, you know, up mountains and hills and things. He likes mountains. I prefer city walks, really, just because I like to see the hustle, the bustle and human activity. But if he wants to go up a mountain, I'll go up a mountain and he'll be happy, and then I'll be happy because he's happy. So you know how it goes. It's 12:30 now. I've had a bath, a hair wash, haven't brushed it. It's wet. I just scruffed it back because it's hot. I have had breakfast. I've got my vlog edited and the thumbnail made. I'm just waiting for that to export so I can upload it and finish that off. But in the meantime, I've been emailing a customer from this weekend to thank him for booking us, that kind of stuff, telling him what an enjoyable evening we had. I've been paid for a gig. I've been paid the whole band fee, so I now need to distribute that among the members, and I've got to update my own personal records with that. I did most of my expenses and income up to date yesterday. Actually, I didn't mention that earlier. I've got to chase some money as well, a payment for something I've done. It's sat as on hold in my PayPal and I don't know what that means, so I've got to look into that. And hopefully I haven't got to chase the person. Hopefully PayPal can sort it out. I have no idea. I've got a big list anyway. I will have put a big blur over this, but this is the state of my to-do list. The highlighted stuff has been done, so we've got a way to go. This is what I've done so far while I've been sitting here. I have paid the band mostly, apart from one person whose details I'm still waiting for. I have, what's that? I've updated my books, my self-employment records, expenses and income. I got talked into organising a sleepover for Izzy and some of her college friends, so I got embroiled in that, so that's organised. Oh, I have put it in motion to sort out a private lesson that Izzy is interested in having next week sometime. I've put term dates in my diaries for Izzy's college, so I've just gone on the website and worked that out and put them all in, so it's kind of useful to have an overview, and I've also got the vlog up. And now, I think, before I do anything else, I need to have some lunch. Oh, and a parcel came. Sorry, I will have my lunch in a minute. That's something I had on subscribe and save. I think I only paid about £2.96 for it this time. It seems to fluctuate in price. I ended up paying about £5 a bottle last time when it was the conditioner, but it's gone back down again. I'll just pop that up there with the conditioner that I haven't started. Look, I've been meaning to dye my hair for absolutely ages and still haven't done it. This one's almost run out, as you can see, so that was good timing. Leftovers. So another one of my leftover meals. It's not quite enough for a whole meal. I might add some pulses to it for extra healthiness. I've been saving up my jars, look, for putting leftover pulses in the fridge, because I'm terrible for just leaving it in the tin. Oh, what shall we have? You can tell I've had a delivery. Oh, butter beans. I haven't had butter beans in a while. Let's have some butter beans. And I think that needs a drop of water as well. This was cheaty rice, this was. It was one of those ready-made, like hot, spicy rices. But I'd had it ages in my emergency supply, and I think we were coming a bit close to the date, so I thought, I'll just eat it while Izzy's not here. It's looking a bit like a paella. How many should we have? That many? It looks like it's going to go everywhere. I know, let's do that, make a little pouring angle. I know, I could put the date on it. I don't know if this is any good. Sorry, I didn't have my monitor flipped up. What is the date? Is it the 15th? This is where I should think about what I'm going to say before I put the camera on. I rarely do. It's the 16th. This is a whiteboard marker pen. 16th of the 8th, there we are. How organised, that's unlike me. I might put some chilli flakes in here. I'm feeling brave. Yum, yum, yum. It was chilli rice to start with, but it wasn't that hot. There's lunch. I've ripped up an Emmentaler slice, and well, I thought I was mixing it in, but apparently it's found its way to the edge. Better work on that. This is the face of somebody that wasn't going to have an ice lolly after that food, but did. And now I've got all licorice stuck in my teeth. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at my DMs. Apologies to the 5 people who had DM'd me between 20th of July and today. It's because I'm so focused on just getting the videos up by my deadline every day that everything else goes out the window. One day, if I ever earn enough money to pay anybody to help me with the channel, I'll have somebody to help me manage my comments and DMs. But I am on top of my YouTube comments, so if you need to get my attention and you've DM'd me, let me know in the comments on the video and say I've DM'd you on Instagram or whatever it is, and I'll know it's there then, because otherwise 4 weeks can go and I'm like, oh. Whoops. I do not have my notifications enabled for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter because it just goes off all the time and I can't do anything. It's just breaking up my momentum all the time. You know, as soon as you start getting your mind into something, you're disrupted, aren't you? So yeah, apologies. I will try to check it more often. But yeah, drop me a comment under a video if you need to get my attention. I went on there to sort out some music stuff from Messenger because I need to learn a piece of music, which I've got a link to on Messenger somewhere, and I need to send it to IB as well with instructions because he's got some homework. So yeah, I went on there and lo and behold, got a bit distracted. One of them was a sponsor as well, 20th of July. Not that I particularly want to be an influencer, I really don't, but if it's something which I think is genuinely useful for people to know about my audience specifically, then yes, I most definitely will. And this one I think is actually, and I've had this kind of service recommended to me by friends before, so I won't say any more about it because they might have, I don't know, disappeared off the face of the planet by now because that's such an old one. But anyway, I did reply just now. Right, I better get on with setting IB's music homework for him. It's about 4:10 now and I've got news for you. I've got some news to share that I haven't been sharing, and I didn't think I was going to be sharing, but I just asked my dad if it was okay and he said yeah, sure. So my dad has been in need of a hip replacement for ages, since before the pandemic, and you know how it's been with the pandemic. Things like that have been cancelled or just put on hold, and well, he's finally had it and he had it yesterday. So tomorrow I'm not going to go and work at my boyfriend's company. I've spoken to IB about it. He said no, go and look after your dad. My dad doesn't particularly need looking after, but you know, I haven't seen him for ages because he's had to isolate, sort of, well, not exactly isolate, but for 3 weeks leading up to the op he's had to kind of keep his meetups to outdoors in the fresh air and be a bit distanced, that kind of thing. And then the last 3 days he's had to do a PCR and then stay in his own flat and not even go out of the door and wait for a negative result before being okayed to do the op. But anyway, got postponed 3 times, so my poor old dad has barely seen anybody for about 7 weeks because he isolated for 3 weeks, and then the day before, I think it was, it got postponed, but then he had to stay in isolation because they were fishing around for a new date as soon as possible, and if he went out of isolation it would undo all the isolating. So then he isolated for about another 3 weeks, and then it was postponed again, and then it was about a week, I think. So for 7 weeks, pretty much, he's hardly seen anybody. He's been out a couple of times. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to see him tomorrow, and it's all gone really, really well. I think you always worry when your loved ones are going to go under the knife, you know, because even if you're having your tonsils out, you know, you still worry if people have got to have an anaesthetic. But anyway, he wasn't knocked out completely. Well, no, he was knocked out completely. He said it was complicated. It wasn't quite a general anaesthetic. He had a spinal and some medicine to make him go to sleep. I don't think it was the full-on general anaesthetic, I could be wrong. I mean, he was still coming out of, you know, all the drugs when he was telling me this, so if he's got it wrong, well, we can forgive him. But anyway, we'll see how he's getting on tomorrow, so I'm going to go down and get in his flat and just make sure everything's ready for him and just do his laundry for him, stuff like that, just for the first day. And yeah, it's really nice to see him. He's up on his feet, so he got it done in the morning, and by the afternoon he was standing up. He didn't take any steps, but he was standing. He said it was okay. So the muscle is sore, where obviously they've got to, my fingers are representing it. So like, instead of them going chop, 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 chop like that, they sort of, you know, prized them apart a bit and sort of went with the grain of them. This is how he described it. Well, he didn't do any visuals, but you know. So he said he's got some soreness of the muscle, which is going to take some time to heal. So he's got some pain coming in from that now, but he's on painkillers. But yeah, the pain from the hip, which he's been plagued with for years, is just gone. So it's wonderful. Anyway, we're all very happy in the family. It's great news. Right, I need to reconfigure my plans now. It's later. It's dinner time for Imo. I'm looking for prawns because it's only me eating, so I can eat what I like. Oh, there they are. Yes. Oh, I've got blueberries in there. I forgot about those. is what I'm gonna cook with for me. Prawns, broccoli, too much celery, a pepper, chilli off my plant, ginger, garlic, and these, they were only about, I think they were like 33p or something like that from B&M Bargains yesterday. A little while later and we're looking like this. I've just put some boiling water in there out of the kettle. I've been sauteing everything. Where's that lemon juice and sesame oil? A little squirt of lemon for that zing. Go easy on the sesame oil. Oh, that was probably too much. There's my noodly soupy tea. I think I gave myself a bit too much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. Could you please give it a like if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. A little while later, we're looking like